For over 6 decades, scientists have been sounding the alarm about escalating climate crisis. Now, despite the urgent calls to action, the necessary changes in our systems, institutions, lifestyles, and mindsets simply have not been made. Obviously, something has to change. We need to turn it around. My name is Delraba, and I'm a part of a team of students, researchers, artists, educators, and translators that have worked on this global collaborative project. At its heart, the toolkit consists of a series of flashcards. Normally, flashcards are designed by educators for students and children, but we've flipped the script. The Turn It Around flashcards are designed by youth for educators and policymakers to challenge them to think, see, and act in new ways. These cards capture the climate crisis and its devastating impacts from youth perspectives in a way that statistical data might not. It challenges existing education policies, practices, and patterns as no longer possible, tolerable, or even thinkable. The project starts with two key premises. The first is that our current education system has failed to equip us with the tools to combat the climate crisis or even imagine what alternative could look like. The second is that the youth, the future holders, have been excluded from the decision-making process. Turn It Around cards attempts to remedy this by bringing together the visions and voices of youth artists and leaders in a collective effort to radically reimagine education. Our ultimate goal is to mobilize the power of socially engaged art and activism to move policymakers and educators into action. Since our first global call for flashcards, we have received more than 1,000 submissions from all over 60 countries, predominantly from the Global South, which has been disproportionately affected by ongoing crisis. I urge you to visit our website and immerse yourself in some of the stunning artwork and profound, poignant, and powerful messages. Harnessing the powerful imagination and creativity of our youth, we seek to activate a series of turning points in order to turn around the looming environmental catastrophe and re-examine the role of education in building livable, sustainable, and just futures. The first turn we activate is an intergenerational turn, to let youth, the future holders, have a voice in conversations usually dominated by policymakers. The second, a decolonial turn, urges us to break away from traditional Western perspectives and embrace diverse viewpoints from indigenous knowledges to non-Western philosophies. Next turn is a methodological turn, blending art, poetry with ecological and empirical knowledge, creativity with real-world experiences to allow us to look and really see our world with fresh eyes. Lastly, the pedagogical turn to reimagine education, emphasizing the idea that all living things, including humans, are interconnected and part of our planet's community. But making turns requires that we unlearn foundational assumptions, or what we call root metaphors. These include ideas such as the belief in progress as a given linear and unchanged goal, the view of nature as a mere machine or economic asset, and the concept of human exceptionalism that sets humans apart and above all others, or universality, assuming Western knowledge and ways are universal truths. On our website, we have a dedicated section for teachers featuring an expanding array of curriculums designed around the Turn It Around flashcards. You will find stimulating lesson plans tailored for various age groups and levels, with engaging activities and thought-provoking exercises. We also invite you to contribute your own lesson plans to enrich our collaborative community. The project remains open to receiving submissions of new flashcards, so we welcome the artistic voices and ideas of your students. At its heart, The Turn It Around Toolkit is an open-ended, collaborative project. The invitation to turn it around is an urgent call to action for all of us. So share your art and your voice with us, and we will share it with the world. Participate, spread the word, and contribute your experience and knowledge. Let's all work together to turn it around.